So I was gonna make a video on why the best business you should start is a window cleaning business going door to door. I was gonna go through the A to Z roadmap, starting your business, the equipment you need, how to knock doors, and how to start making money. But the reality is, you guys have seen that video 1,000 times over again from multiple different creators, and you still haven't made a decision. You either haven't started your business, you started your business, or you've given up, or you're continually working in your business, but you're not hitting the numbers that you want to be hitting. So I'm here to tell you, it all comes down to one simple thing that everyone says they understand, yet no one actually understands. They just throw the word around like it's some, just some buzzword. And it's your mindset. Now, before you guys start cringing, like, bro, we don't want to watch some video on like mindset. The reality is that everything you do in life stems from your mindset. And if you have the wrong mindset, you're gonna have the wrong actions, the wrong habits, and again, like the wrong lifestyle. It's just gonna continue. Recently, we joined a new program which teaches you how to, become an online coach and, the types of videos to post, how to interact with your community, all this kind of stuff. And so it got me thinking, because as I was going through all the modules, the very first module at the very top was about mindset. Because the reality was that none of the information below mattered. You cannot apply any of the information if you don't have the correct mindset. I can give you the entire roadmap on everything you need to start your business. I can give you everything. But the reality is you still won't make a decision because you're gonna feel stuck. You're gonna feel like you're doing the wrong thing. You're gonna feel like you could be doing something better. You're gonna feel like the grass is always greener on the other side of seeing someone do like stocks, crypto, SMMA, drop shipping, e-commerce. You're gonna see all these different things and think it's easier, but the reality is when you try it, it's not. And for me, it was always super simple too. When I dropped out of university, I was 25K in debt. It was very simple for me to walk outside my home, knock a door, and sell window cleaning. And as soon as I saw someone take a complete stranger from nowhere good to making 250 bucks, I was hooked. And I want you guys to feel that same emotion, but it all stems back from your mindset, okay? So the reality is, guys, in life, it doesn't matter what you're doing. And guys, keep in mind, this isn't gonna be some crazy Mr. Beast type edited video with visual effects and sound effects. This is gonna be my raw, authentic, me talking to the camera, explaining to you why you haven't started your business, if you have started, why you're not working on it, and if you are working in your business, why you're not hitting the numbers you wanna be hitting. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Peyton Vindasius. I went from complete broke, 25K in debt, dropped out of university, then went another 10K in debt to start my business. 3 years later, we've done over 7 figures, knocking door to door, no Facebook ads, no leads, built our business from the ground, and here we are 3 years later today. If you're the type of person that needs a crazy sound effect and visual effects to stay focused, this isn't for you, okay? This is for the people who wanna lock in, who wanna change their life, and the reality is if you wanna do anything different, you have to get out of your comfort zone, so lock in. So in life, your mindset controls your actions, which control your habits, which lead to your lifestyle. You're gonna start your business, it's gonna feel weird, you're gonna feel awkward, you're gonna feel like you've never done this before, you're gonna have doubts, you're gonna feel like you should be doing something different. I want you guys to understand that all of this is completely normal. Everyone who's made it big in your industry, right? Doesn't matter if it's door-to-door window cleaning, it's e-commerce, another business, doesn't matter what it is, they have all felt the exact same thing as you're feeling. The difference is that they either chose to ignore it and they kept moving forward, or they chose to allow it to motivate them. Be like, okay, if I'm doing something different, I'm doing something no one else is doing, I must be doing the right thing. Because if you want to be like the 1%, make 10K, 20K, 30K a month, running your own business at the age of 17 to 25, whatever it is. My brother and I started our business at 14 and 17, and then we partnered up at 15 and 18. If you want to start your business and start making more money than most people are making, you have to be willing to feel these emotions and allow it to motivate you. You cannot let it disturb you. You cannot let it demotivate you. When you want to be like the 1%, you have to feel what the 1% feels. You cannot have the result of the 1% and also have the actions and the emotions and the idea and the lifestyle of the 99%. So you need to decide, do you want to be like the 99% or do you want to be like the 1%? And I'm assuming if you're watching this video right now, you want to be like the 1%. Not only is it normal because you're acting in a way which is different than most people, but everyone who's made it great in your industry has felt the exact same thing as you. Everyone great in your industry has felt the same emotions as you, and they've chosen to ignore them or allow those emotions to motivate them to do better. So you're gonna start making money, you're gonna start knocking doors, selling window cleaning, you're gonna start your business and everything. This is where the real fun happens. Now, what's gonna happen is you're going to get flack. People are gonna talk shit about you, right? They're gonna say, oh bro, you should be doing something else. Oh, you should be going to saving up for university and college, which is you are, if you are, cool, whatever. They're gonna say, oh, you should get a job, you should get a 9-to-5 job, like having your own business is too risky. They're gonna say, this is gonna be from friends you thought were friends. This is gonna be from your family, and yeah, you love your family. I know, my family loves me. Now, would I trade my financial position for either from my dad or my mom? No, I wouldn't. Do not take advice from people who are in a position you do not want to be in. You can love your family, they love you, they want the best for you, but the reality is if they're not living a life that you would not trade your life for, or you should not take their advice. So those friends you think you have, the friends that you hang out with, you do all these fun things with, you spend your time and energy into, that's fine to have those friends. But the reality is they're gonna see you win, they're gonna see you make money, they're gonna see you develop a skill, right, that they don't have, they're gonna see you gain more confidence, and over time you're gonna continue to level up, and they're not gonna level up with you. So they're gonna talk shit. They're gonna say, oh bro, you should be doing something less risky. You should get a 9-to-5 job. They're gonna say, oh, you should, you save up for university or college, or hey bro, you should come and do this thing. While they stay the same right here, you are growing. So what's gonna happen, they're gonna wanna drag you down to their level. Things are gonna get hard. I mean, you're starting your business, you're learning a completely new skill. You've now gotten rid of bad friends that you've had in the past. And things are gonna get hard. And the reality is, something I tell myself every time I'm in a position I don't wanna be in, anytime I have to do something that I don't want to do, to tell yourself when it gets hard, you don't want to do something, but you have to do it, tell yourself, I will do what is required. And that tells your brain that you're going to do anything possible to make the life that you want to live a reality, right? 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, right? Our best month was 137K, the whole sales team and everything. And you don't get there being comfortable. You get there doing things you don't want to do, but when you see the result, piggyback off the result and build momentum off of that, and you continue. This is the mindset that most people don't have. This is why people start their business and fail. They start something new and then fail. They go to something else and fail. And they try all these different things, and they can't stick to one single thing. As soon as you see the result in something that you do that worked, you need to go all in on it. Because the reality is that someone tried the same business and they failed. You got the result, you made the money, you made the sale, whatever it is, you need to piggyback off that. You need to use that as momentum and skyrocket out of the atmosphere, break through the matrix. And it all stems back from your mindset. You will do what is required. I will do what is required. At the end of the day, guys, consistency is above all. And on top of that, imperfect action is better than perfect action. And what does this mean? What this means is when I first started posting, reels, like Instagram reels, and I was posting my lifestyle, I was posting videos about door knocking, I was posting videos about mindset. I wanted to make the most perfect video ever. The most best edited, where the captions are perfect on the screen, my voice sounds perfect, the mic and everything, and you will never be perfect. But you can become better than who you were yesterday by creating and doing things that are imperfect. You're gonna feel uncomfortable, but doing the thing anyway over a consistent period of time allows you to be better. And this allows you to eventually become into the person you want to be. If you're knocking doors, right, you're gonna feel nervous, you're gonna feel doubt, right? You're gonna have people maybe scream at you and yell at you and cuss at you. You're gonna get the cops called on you. These things are normal, but it's important to be consistent through the problems. Alex Ramosi said there's a certain quality in quantity, right? So over time, you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. It is impossible to not get better, and it is impossible to not succeed. That will allow you to break through, and that will separate you from everybody. You can literally just outwork everybody. Everyone already quit. You can literally outwork every single person because they already quit before they saw the result, and you saw the result. And the reality, guys, is in life, everybody wants the result without actually doing the thing that gets them the result. Let me give you guys an example. You can sit down on your computer and study for days and weeks on how to go to the gym, the best nutrition plan, how to lift the weights properly, the best rep ranges, when to wake up, when to go to sleep. All this stuff you can analyze and be the best personal trainer in the world, the smartest personal trainer. But if you never get in the gym and actually apply the information you've learned, if you never actually do the work, you're never gonna change, even if you have all the information. So So everybody wants the results of going to the gym, but no one wants to go to the gym. So by now you have every single aspect of your mindset unlocked. Now all you have to do is apply it.